Okay guys, if you remember this example, we did the average grade for the student. We inputted 5 grades and we found, well, the average for them, and this is the casting flow to casting, and we output it. Was one student's 5 grade one time. Now how can I use loops in this to enhance it, improve the performance of it, and optimize it? Let's say utilize it. We can say here, there's a really good way. Think if you had 100 students and you had more grades. Do you want to keep doing grade 1, grade 2, grade 3? There's something we haven't talking about yet, but we're going to talk about it in the advanced. I'm not sure, am I teaching the advanced next semester or who? So I'll put short, I'll declare an array of 5 grades, or I can name it grades, whatever you want, of 5. This declares 5 homogeneous short grades. And here we can say, for example, grade, we're gonna have grade 0, which is the first grade, grade 1, grade 2, and I just mentioned the arrays so you can understand how loop arrays depend entirely on loops. There's no way I think you can do arrays without loops. It would be crazy. 2-dimensional arrays, 1-dimensionally, you're gonna have to always use a loop. And we have grade 1, 2, 3, and we have grade 4. Do we have 5? No, we only have those. One, which is, think of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From 0 to 4. That's in computers. We're from 0 to 4, not to 5, but it's size 5 elements, and those are 5 elements. And we have average. Now if we want to input it, we use this way. And do you think this is an efficient way? No. What if you had to input 100 things, 100 grades, or 100 student names? Do you want to keep doing CN name? That's not efficient. So what we say is, we'll have a for loop and I say integer I equals 0, I less than 5, or we can put it less or equal 4, whichever one, but I like to do it that way. And now we say what? CN grade I, and this will loop 5 times. Each time I is changing. Grade, first time is going to be grade 0. Enter a value and save it in grade 0. Enter a grade and save it in grade 0. Increment it by 1. Enter a grade to grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. Here's one way we used a for loop. And now we're almost done, but think of it, if I told you I want the program to keep running, and let's see here, for average I can make it in the same loop, or if you want I can declare another loop. See here, and let's do another loop for now, and at the end we'll put it all together. But let's break it down into small pieces so you can understand it. Integer I is less than 5, and I plus plus, and I think we don't need the integer here, but it's going to take the range. Okay, now, and I can declare here total equals 0, or sum equals 0. But now I'm gonna say here total equals total plus grade I. And here let's print C out total. And let's comment this for a minute. I don't want to average now, I just want to show you the total, and I'm gonna print also, try to print the total of each one also after this, but let's run this first and then we run the rest step by step. Let's see. Okay, now save and close the grade average. This is another one that we're gonna work on later, but why it didn't. Okay, G dash O. Let's do it out. I don't want to use. And what was the name of the? Was it grade average? Okay. Yeah. Total was not declared. Okay, I forgot to put integer total. I did that twice today. Save and total. Okay, misspelling again also today, twice today, in grade and in total. And now we'll close it. Let's compile. Oh, and let's run it. Dot out. Please enter grades. Grade should be between 0 and 100. Let's input 99, 100. Let's keep it around 100 so we can now. That's the right average instead of cat. So now let's put 10, 110. You see, it took the 110, and it's not supposed to, and we're gonna change that with a while loop. But see now, it took the 5 grades and it calculated total. We don't want total, we want average. Let's see, let's bring the code up again and show you. Here, I like to show the code. This is the inputting of the grades, 5 grades here, which is 99, 100, 99, 100, 110. This is going to be grade 0, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. And here, after I input them, what did I do? I calculated the total. Total was initialized here to 0. So the first time is going to be 0 plus grade I. 0 plus grade I, which is grade 0, which is 99, and then it loops. But let's show that all that on the output. And you remember we did it before earlier, and here we can say now I need a body of the for loop. I have total. I want to see out. output of each iteration. Okay, or the value at each iteration of what? The value of what? For total equals total, and then plus what? See out grade did I need to do that? Oh no, it's gonna be okay total each time. No, I can put it this inside. Okay, I was trying to do it as earlier I did it, but no worries, we can do it this way. If I need it one time I'll do that, but okay, plus grade 0 okay. I can say here equals also and get the total value. See out total. And why do you think I did this? Why did I put this here? Because first I wanna print the value of what? Total when it's 0 plus the grade, which is this part. Then it calculates this and put it in this. Then I want to output the total, so it's gonna output it here. No worries, it won't change anything. That calculation happens, the user won't know about it. Nothing, so it won't affect this output. And then it goes back and it does the same. Okay, here I wanted to do where we can, let's say, keep doing this calculation until what? Until, and here I'm gonna find average. So here I can say, if I want to save average in average 1, I can say average 1 equals 1. I can say this, average 1 equals total divided by 5.0, so it does the casting by itself. This is one way to do it, but then I have to do what? See out the average grade for student equals, oh, let's do that. Or we can do it like print it here. Either way it will work. And I just found one space here, and then here 2 spaces, backslash n, and let's see what happens. Input in 5 grades. Now I'm calculating here what? the total or the sum of the grades, and here I'm finding the average. This is inputting grades, 5 grades. Here I'm calculating the sum of the 5 grades, and here I'm doing what? Printing the average. And another way we can do the average, because we have the total already, I can do what here? Total over average, and I don't need this, and we're gonna do it next, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, clear. And let's put here 99, 100, 99, 100, and let's say 90. Okay, 1 minute, we're gonna change something. I want to put end line so we can see it in a better way. I already have an end line too, so I don't want to. I have 1 and 1, so I didn't see that. So here, okay, that one's good. Where do I need an end line? And that should do it. Let's see. It helps a lot if your output looks nice. It helps you before anybody else. Please enter grades. 99, 100, 99, 100, and 96. The value at each iteration, here I can even put it at first iteration. 0, this is total, and this is grade 99. Now it's taking 99 and 99. Okay, this is the first grade. Do you see it's just adding 99s? See, if we didn't test it, we couldn't have found that. Why is it doing that? We can print I and see what's going on, but let's see the code. Ooh. Where did it go? Did I close this? Okay, CD. Gedit, and I'm gonna do grade average. I equals 0, grade I. Okay, I'm just printing that. So I think it's good. It's taking it. It's adding them up good, but the printing is wrong. Let's see out. Go. Oh, it took it 10. Let's make it 192. Okay. So here I have 99 plus 10 plus 99, and this is the last total, the sum, and this is the average. It's going to be this divided by 5, and we can see how this made it easy. But now if I don't want to exit this loop and I want to take what, 5 more grades, if I want to take 5 more grades, another student, meaning I want another student, how can I do that? Or let's say keep taking students until what? Until user inputs -1. So now I need a while loop. let's do it in a while loop. How can I do that? I'm saying I can move all this and put it here. And let's change, let's fix it, let's fix the code so I can have nested loop. So here I'll say I can have here cout, please enter. And let's say grade, and this is how grade I plus 1, and I'm doing I plus 1 because I want to say grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. I don't want to put grade 0 because I'm starting with here, but I have to start here with 0 because arrays start with 0. So I can do it here, but here I want it to look nicer, but I can leave it I, but it's gonna give me 0, 1, 2, 3. And you know what, I want to keep it so I don't confuse you. Grade I, and here we say grade should be, and now I'll do a cn, which is this, and then I'll calculate each time I enter a grade. I'll add it to total. Think of total as a bucket, and I'm saving. And let's run this, and then let's do it with a while loop. Was not declared in this scope. Okay, I left the I didn't delete it. I copied it, but I didn't delete it. This one, and I don't want this one, and I just want this. All running, starting all running, and this should be good. So here what I'm doing, I did a for loop to input 5 grades. So here it's saying please enter grade 0. User is gonna enter grade 0. What is it gonna do? It's gonna print total, which is 0 plus grade 0, whatever is in grade 0, and then it's gonna add grade 0 to total, to the 0, and then it's doing a cout total. Let's see how that looks like. And here I'm starting new line, please enter grade 0. Grade should be okay. Grade 0 is 100. The value at each string total equals, please enter grade 1. Please enter grade 2. I'm trying to keep them, so and here's the sum: 480, 100, 190, 290, 380, 480 divided by 5. It's gonna give me 96. I inputted 5 grades. This all worked in one loop. So let's do gedit. Oh, and now I want two things. I want it to keep entering for more than one student, so do 5 grades, 5 grades, 5 grades each time, and also to stop when we enter, let's say -1 or exit. And the third thing, one more thing, is I want it to take the grade range. So if the range is not from 0 to 100, to input the grade again. Input the grade again. So first of all here, I'm trying to think of it in a way we're gonna have lots of loops now, guys. 3 loops. So I can say here starting, and I'm gonna do here a while, the big while for my outer program, while but how am I gonna check? Okay, while answer equals yes, and I can make it as answer equals y, but I want to use a string. If I use a, remember, if I use a character, we only use single quotes. Or answer equals all capital, or answer equals capital. I'm trying to cover all bases of yes, so if the user inputs any one of those, okay, and here I can say, so now we need to declare what? Let's take this out. I'm not gonna need this. String answer, and I need to do it here. Do include the string library. Guys, if you don't get it from the first time, whenever you get lost, just go back, rewind the video, and try to get it again. Those are really good programs that you learn really good from them. So this while answer equals yes, and here I can set it as answer equals any one of those. While is true, I'm gonna now do integer count student. Or st, let's leave it so we don't mix it with the std, and this is gonna be 0 or 1. So here I can say cout student one, or not one, and I can say student count st. I declared a counter to print what, how many students I'm doing the calculation for. So I want to put this, just this capital letter, so I can now and here I'll put an end line, So let's say that's the first student. Student 1 is saying, now if I want to go to student 2, calculated the average, printed the grade average, student, we can say here student, for student 1, the average grade for student count st, and now here this I'm gonna change it to s, because so this is just counting the number of students here I'm taking if answer. And what do we mean by answer? What are here we can say we set it as default. Here I can say gave us student average. Here I can say we have 2 end lines. Okay, see out. Do you want to find the average for another student? Do you want for another student? Okay, and now we're gonna wait for an answer, and here we should always do yes or no, saying this is so the user can know what to print, type or type in. And here I'm gonna say cn1. Answer should be small letter. And here I'll increment what count the students so it can, and let's run the code, and then I'll explain it while having okay. I don't want this now because I'm just gonna take and not even this. No, this one and this one. Okay, I'm gonna have let's see out. So that's good. My output. And usually this is what I put. I'll say this is end of while, so we can keep track of our curly braces. As a comment, this is as a comment. Save, let's compile and run. Come on. Compile. Good, and let's run. Student 1, please enter grade 0. It's gonna be, let's say, 100. Enter grade 2, 90, 80, 70, and 90 again. And here's what the average grade for student 1. I should have put a space here where it's 86, but we'll do it. I'm gonna put the one here before one student, so but we'll understand it better. We don't want student 1. Now, do you want to find the average for another student? Let's do yes. Enter grade. The average is 1 173. Why did that happen now? This is a good thing. Why is average giving me 173? I inputted 5 grades that are less than 100. So how is it gonna give me 173? This is, and I'm gonna fix this. And here I have what? Student 1, where it's supposed to be what? Student 2, here and here. Let's go and check. Do you want? No. Exit it. So now let's do G. I'm just doing count. I didn't do plus plus. This is the first thing why it's not counting the student. And here I can add the equality just here. Equal. So this should fix the problem, but I'm gonna have another problem. Is the grades? How I'm gonna keep them what? In between 100 and 0, not go over. And we'll show you what do I mean by that. I don't want a grade to be what? 110. So here I'm gonna compile, run, and here please enter. Here's the average grade for student 1 is 86. Do you want to do another calculation? Yes. And let's do 70, 80, 80, 88, 78. Oh, I didn't fix that one, but that's good. We fixed the 2. What's the problem with this now? Who can tell me why is it giving me 165? Think. Look at the code. I'll give you a minute to do that. What? Something's wrong in average. After you do the average for the first students, what do I need to do? Do total. Set total back to 0, so it doesn't add the first total. What is going on? It added the first total for the first student with the second total. That's why it gave us that weird number. Here I'll make it equal to 0, and let's run it again. Hopefully this is better, guys, but I'm trying to step by step. I don't want to give you a big program and you feeling depressed or something. You don't want to go over it thinking it's so hard. Here's 100, 90, 70. Here student 1, and I have the average for grade for student 1. Now it's asking here again, do you want? Let's type it capital now. Yes. And here's 90, 80. Let's put 200, and here put 100, 150. The average is 124, and that should be wrong. So we need to solve. So now it exited. Now clear. Now look at the code. What do you think we can do to make grades between what? Guarantee that grades will be between 0 and 100. And we don't want an if statement. Why? An if statement would only check once. So what does that mean? If you enter a grade more than 100 and it checks and it tells you grade doesn't equal, is not in the range from 0 to 100. See, input another grade and you input another grade. The second grade you input can pass that test. meaning it doesn't matter if you put it above 100 again. And don't assume the user is gonna be smart and do it again less than 100 the second time. Don't think that. The user might do the same mistake again and again. It's the programmer's responsibility to keep track of that. So what can we do? I want to guarantee each grade is between 0 and 100. Do you think this message is enough for the user? What do you think? Am I gonna add it to total? I can say here we inputted a grade, so I can say while I want to check that grade, which is grade I, while grade I is less than 0 or grade I, or we can put a not and do it, add it to total, but I want it to input it again, so I need to do while grade I is less than 0 or see out re-enter grade should be, we leave them in, should be zero to 100. I can say error here. I do \n semicolon, and now I'll do cn, and this is good. I'm checking each grade individually when it inputs it, and then I'm telling it to input it again, and it's not gonna add it to total until it checks it's good. So while the grade is less than 0 or grade greater than 100, well, re-enter the grade again while this is true. See how I can use a while loop here. How many whiles do I have now? One to check the answer, to keep the program running more than once for more than one student. Here I have 4 I less than 5, and here I have grade I. And let's see here now. I'm gonna do save, and I'm thinking of doing, but we'll do while first, and then we'll come back to this one. And let's do it's 100, 90, 900, error, re-enter grade, -10, error, 110, error. So it's not gonna take it unless I input the right value. So here's, it's saying 94. Now do you want to do the calculation again? Let's do this. Yes, it's gonna take this one. Let's do 200, re-enter, 300 no, 900 no, -100 no, and I'll do a valid grade, and it will take it. Oh, this didn't take it. So 70 and 60. The average grade for student 2 is 80. Do you want another calculation? No. And it exited, you can see here, and went back to the terminal. So what's happening here? Let's go and get the code and see what's going on. Hopefully you understood this. This is a really good example to understand. It's a really big one. So here, while answer equals yes, and we initialized answer as yes from the beginning. Count student to count the number of students. I'm going to put what here? Student 1, student 2, and 3, depending on each student is going to go through this. Through this. So here I'm doing a for loop. This is the while loop for each student. For every student, let's say this is the for loop to enter the grade for grades, 5 grades for every student. This is the while loop to check every grade if it's in range or not. Every grade if it's in range or not. If it's not in range, if it's less than 0 or greater than 100, we're gonna re-input the grade. And remember, if I had an if statement here, we're gonna have a problem. It's gonna check it once. That means if you enter a grade that's not in range the second time, it's gonna accept it. It's gonna accept it, and we don't want that. That's where we need repetition. We need a loop. After we input all the grades, we're doing total, and then we're calculating the average. We're printing the average for each student. Hopefully that was helpful. I was thinking of reading the data, the grades from a file. So I'm gonna go now to do the do while in a separate lecture, and then we're gonna come back to this one and modify it.